Believe the unbelievable. 60 years ago, when Felix Frankfurter, a US Supreme Court judge of the Jewish faith, heard that the Nazis were slaughtering Jewish people in the concentration camps, his first reaction was, "I can't believe this is true." American society reacted to the Holocaust. Believe the unbelievable. Back then, many Germans could not believe the massacre of Jews happened nearby. Weimar is a world-famous city in Germany. It was enriched by the music of Bach, the novels of Goethe, the poems of Schiller, and the architecture of Bauhaus. It also had a notorious Nazi concentration camp, Buchenwald. There were over 50,000 to 60,000 Jews killed there from 1937 to 1945. When the US soldiers liberated the camp, they were completely astounded by the horrific scene they witnessed. Corpses that had not been cremated or buried were everywhere. More than 20,000 prisoners were barely alive. When this horrific truth was exposed in public, Weimar citizens could not believe it at all. In their view, the Nazi officers who guarded the concentration camps were gentle and polite. They had refined outlooks, they appreciated art, some were moved to tears by Beethoven's music. They could not believe these people were able to carry out such heinous atrocities. One woman even accused the US military of fabricating the pictures to vilify Germany. Some demanded an answer. If such a horrific thing is happening around us, how come we have no idea of it? US soldiers had no choice but to send Weimar dwellers in groups to the Buchenwald concentration camp. Let them see it for themselves, the indescribable atrocity. Some were called up to dig graves to bury the victims. The Germans in Weimar were completely shocked. Today this history is repeating. Many Falun Gong practitioners were murdered. Their organs were harvested for profit. It is real and it is still happening in China. According to the report from Investigation International, the Chinese Communist regime orchestrates the crimes against humanity, the crimes of mass extermination by harvesting organs from Falun Gong practitioners. Since 1999, Jiang Zemin, the former Communist Party leader, and his criminal group, manipulating the entire state, including party, government, military, armed police, the judicial system, and medical institutions, to harvest organs from Falun Gong practitioners on a national scale for huge profit in the organ transplantation industry. The CCP also used the Falun Gong practitioners in conducting human drug experiments, the psychology during one's death process, plastinated their bodies into human specimens, and held exhibits around the world for profit. Falun Dafa, also known as Falun Gong. Mr. Li Hongzhi, its founder, began teaching this Supreme Buddhist school in May of 1992. It has been spread to more than 100 countries in the world. Zhuan Falun, the main book on Falun Gong, was first published in 1994. It has been translated into 41 languages and is one of the most published and well-known books next to the Bible. Falun Gong practitioners are still brutally persecuted by the CCP. It is the most unprecedented evil ever committed in human history. We call on the governments, organizations, and just people all over the world to join together to oppose the CCP's crimes against humanity. There is no time for us to delay to save the moral conscience and humanity. May we, the people, choose justice and conscience. Join together to eliminate evil.